Hey, everyone. All right, listen, I'm back for another recap and reaction from our conference, the Reconnect Her to Win. I just said Reconnect Her to Win. It's Connect Her to Win Conference 2024. But we're reconnecting her to win so that we can make sure that we get an opportunity to talk about what it is that we experienced at that conference. I showed y'all some major things in the last couple live streams from speakers, and we shouted out our sponsors. We talked about the ambiance, the atmosphere, the engagements, the love, the support, right? We talked about all those things. And I just wanted to get a little bit more feedback from some of our attendees, even some of our vendors. I did have a couple of wonderful women coming on tonight, and I want to make sure that they get a chance to come on. So we're going to give them a moment to get on stage. But I just wanted to show y'all something really, really cute. Okay. So Raquel Tautone, I love saying her name. She basically is, she was one of the vendors. She's amazing when it comes to being support for the W.I.N community. And she's definitely been thriving with a bunch of things in her business because she works with you in your business, helps you with your taxes, and gets you ready for tax season. And this is one thing that she also does as well, provides wonderful, healthy solutions for your care, right? Your self-care. And one of those solutions, right? And I call it solutions because you can have it in so many different ways. You can have lotions, scents, you can have, wine, I don't know. But this is one of the things that I love that she brought to the conference. I'm gonna show y'all this, and I don't know, you can't really see it when the light, so I gotta kind of like show y'all in the dark. So let me turn this way, and I want it to be dark for y'all, like really, really dark for y'all. Okay, it's dark. Okay, so look, watch this, y'all. Let me see if it comes out right. Yes, it's so much better. So this right here is like the cutest thing ever. It's the cutest thing ever, y'all. And she had these at her table at the conference, at the vendor exhibit, and it was just like, I don't know. I asked hubby to get it. I said, get it. Actually, I don't know. I think he got it on his own. I just loved it. Either way, it was a win. It was a win for everyone. So I just wanted to show y'all that because that's one of the perks that I loved about the conference, and what ended up coming out of it is that we were able to not only connect to win and give so much energy and love to each other and support each other's businesses, we were also able to kind of physically get to know more about the products and services that we offer. So this is one of the things that I just love so much. This is the oil that she gave me because one of the things that I thought was so intentional is that Raquel remembered that I wanted the lemongrass pure essential oil. Is 100% pure essential oils from the company she works with. And I was just really like impressed with how she keeps track of her customers, how she talks about, yeah, you'll love this too, because she's getting me my lotions and all these amazing things that have the same scent. I'm a pretty consistent buyer. So she definitely gave me what I wanted. Thank you, Raquel, for bringing that to the conference because that was truly a hit there. And I wish I had some more time because I did ask a couple other vendors too. Because just to recap some of the things that y'all may have missed from the conference, we had vendors from authors to nonprofit vendors like Secret Miracles. Shout out to our Trailblazer sponsor at the conference, Miss Ernest Cummings. Oh my God, I just can't speak. I speak so highly about her. They're having a Georgia Gives campaign. So, hence the reconnect her part. Now that y'all had, were introduced to Secret Miracles at the conference, we want y'all to reconnect back to the people that you met there. So for those of you who attended, those of you who didn't get to attend, just get to know more about the sponsors and the supporters, like the vendors, some of the attendees that came. We have some of those things that are going to be posted throughout time on our social media pages and our W.I.N spaces. And also you'll see that accumulating on the landing page and getting ready for next year's conference. And that's one thing I also want to recap too, is the fact that we definitely had an amazing time. And that motivated me to want to do more for next year, not necessarily in a way where we have to do more work, but just to bring back the things that we did and enhance it. I really am excited about being at the forefront of this because as a leader of this community, I want to make sure that we always are winning. So that's why, one of the things I noticed about, when we were working the conference, like, as we've all said, I'm running around to the right, left, behind the walls. Orinthia Duncan, our host, who I hope y'all will be able to really get to meet her soon, and get to know more about her business, MetaConnects. She was fabulous. She set up all of the graphics and designs and the things that you guys see on the background of the Modex, like, presentation boards, like that. That whole background was the stage. And she was able to pull together really a lot of the content, that ideas that I put to the forefront. And we definitely created some graphics, but she took it to a whole new level and enhanced that with momentum, because she was providing, a lot more than just graphics, right? She was also hosting the conference. So I really want to just kind of make sure that we honor those times, because I keep shouting them out for a reason. We've had so many members in our community. Oh, Clivia's back. Yes. We have so many members in our community that have grown with us. And I just want to make sure that we always give that growth, honor where it's due, because Orinthia came from the bottom of the barrel where we were in the W.I.N community, where we didn't have the W.I.N community. We were just coming together and scrubbing some stuff like, hey, girl, you want to meet up? And now we have people meeting up all over the world. So, Clivia, I'm going to bring her up real quick. I want you guys to meet her. She is one of the attendees from the conference, and also Karan Fairweather. She brought her into my space and introduced me to Clivia by just being a leader. Karan has her own affirmation spaces. Clivia, I'm going to let you tell them more about what you do. But I just feel honored and privileged to have the chance to meet you in person in such a short period of time. Yeah. So tell us about you, and how did you like the conference? What was your experience?
Well, I'm just honored to be here with you, Allegra, and I want to give you your flowers in front of everyone, virtual flowers, for doing such a wonderful job. And yes, I mean, we met in October, and then I was super excited that I had another event on the same day, and I'm like, I am coming to the conference. I will be there. And as you know, there was so many different hurdles, but I was able to make it, and I showed up, and that was really important for me, just showing up. And I anticipated meeting everyone from seeing them online and, being in the space on Clubhouse in the morning. So it was really a pleasure. I think when I got there, Karan took me as like her little, I don't know, I felt like hers. I don't know how to describe it, but she just put her arms around me and introduced me. And it was a nice little, I keep saying little, but it was a nice shout out. It was a nice introduction to meet everyone. And, I actually ended up connecting with Miss Sheila, Miss Margaret, finally met Orinthia. We spoke once on a call with Karan. Who else? There's Raquel and yourself, Miss Ernice, and meeting even TC and Sarah online. And I mean, I was able to exchange some information with some of the women. I really enjoyed the Q&A. I took some nuggets with that. I was recording on one phone, but I was able to take some notes, and even from hearing what the women had to say about their experience, imposter syndrome, and all the different things, using our skills in corporate America. And now we're able to be the boss, right? Be the one that's walking into the room like God sent us. And that's really important to me to even hear that, because sometimes we work so hard for others and we have what it takes, but false appearance, what is it? False events
appearing
real. Exactly. False events appearing real. And that's all it is. And once we really tap in, I believe it was Miss West that said it's already in us, right? It's in us, and we shouldn't have that fear. We just have to tap into our greatness. And that was really encouraging. And I believe it, but then to hear it was a reminder it's already in me. And I was able to encourage. I had another event that evening, and I was able to encourage one of the women there. She's no longer working, and she's always worked, right? And this is the first time she's not working. And it was kind of by choice. It was really for her own health. And I was able to encourage her using some of the advice that was shared at the conference. And I'm like, it's in you. I said, all the skills that you've used over the years, whether it's, you know, traveling, running meetings, doing all the things, you can do that to help your husband run his business. And she was like, I didn't even think about that. She was like, but how? I'm like, it's in you. Just tap into it, pray about it, and God will reveal it, you know? And I was really able to encourage her. And that was really because I might not have had the words if I wasn't at the conference, right? Because it was on time. And that's why I even told my sister, she's like, because again, I don't know if I mentioned I came from Florida, and I was supposed to originally drive and be there from the day before. Caught a flight was delayed twice, had to actually catch a ride to the airport, took a train, took a bus. So it was really an adventure. I'm actually glad I took that way because I was able to see a little bit of Atlanta, which I haven't seen. So, you know, it was really important for me to show up. And like I said, when Karen introduced me to the other woman, Miss Sheila and Miss Margaret, they were excited to hear that I publish books. So they're going to connect with me. I believe one of them already did. So we're going to connect. I was able to, we did the raffle. That was fun. And because I was in Florida, the raffle I won, I blessed Karan. And the one she won, she blessed me. And I had the honor of speaking with Orinthia yesterday. And even talking to her, I teared up because I'm like, I needed this, right? Because doing so many things, wearing so many different hats, I wanted to be able to just say what I do in one sentence using all the things that I do. And she was able, in a matter of like 10 minutes, she jotted some stuff down, and I was like, wow, you're good. You know, so I'm excited for that journey. I spoke to Sarah, even getting on board with the mentorship program. I'm excited about that, like all the things. And I shared with you, even in Clubhouse, like I pray for a community of women in Florida, but here now I have a community in Georgia, and I'll be able to use what I'm learning, and we'll be able to collaborate and have different events together because there's so much ideas written down, ideas in my head, and I knew I couldn't do it alone. And I recorded a podcast yesterday. I didn't post yet, but it's about community. And it was really, you know, I mentioned the W.I.N community. It's so important to have a resource like this, you know. Yes, I told you, your virtual flowers, and I'll be able to, you know, bless you with real flowers or a plant one day, because flowers die, plants die too. But if you have a green thumb, you could take care of it. But it's life changing, and I'm looking forward to next year. You know, I already kind of have my calendar for next year, but I have a special place for whenever the conference is near or far. I really want to be there, and bring some other people with me, because I want them to experience this, because sometimes we don't know where to go. And I have even been able to share the links with people and say, check out this platform, this nonprofit that's doing so many things in regards to networking, connecting people, questions that you may have that I may not have the answer to. Connect, send an email, you know. So I think it's really important to have a platform like you have. And I'm glad that you, I would say, listen to the voice of God to take it from Clubhouse to what it is now. Really, really proud of you. And I'm happy that we met and that I'm part of your journey.
Thank you, sis. Listen, this is the energy that I love. Um, and you mentioned you mentioned a lot of great things, but you mentioned a key area that I focus on was people don't know about this community beginnings. Like I always say, we started on Clubhouse, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was just looking for my tribe. But let me tell y'all something. I did, but there was a pivotal moment, and I had to get a witness, and I could pull up her up at any time because God was like, tell her about it so that later on, whenever
Mm-hmm.
somebody doubts you, you could be like, nope, tell her, because God
Right.
did put this in my spirit. It wasn't like a thing where I was like, you know, I think we should. It was like, no, you need to do this. And it can be very difficult to follow that dream because you don't know what it looks like. But I
Yeah,
am happy that we're here 3 years later, just
for
looking
sure.
at the results of just
Yes.
our hard work. And I was so happy to see, like, I don't know if you saw, you made it to the media. So you was on one of the reels, and you were passing out your cards and talking to everyone. How were you nervous? How did you feel?
I was, because I had literally just got out the Uber. And like I said, Karen just grabbed me and she was like, hey guys, this is Clivia. I remember I came upstairs, and so I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I knew some of the people that might have been there. So I was nervous, but after, again, they were very welcoming. Everyone was very welcoming. So it was easy after a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, what was the span, the time frame of discomfort to comfort? I mean, I'm an analyst, so I'm always looking at like how many seconds did it take you to get there?
Right. I think a few minutes. It didn't take too long because once, like I said, Karan actually helped ease the nerve because she did a lot of the, well, let Clivia tell you who she is. And I like, oh, she put me on the spot. But it was a discomfort, but it got very comfy after a while. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good because that is what we do. This is
Right.
what the W.I.N mission is actually about because Clivia, you don't know that the leaders know this because Karan's been here before the leaders even have been here. And she has
Right.
seen where sometimes we don't know how to show up for ourselves.
Right.
And you need somebody to be like, girl, get over here.
Yeah.
I need you to say what you said.
Yeah.
And just having that bold moment. And then afterwards, you being like, that wasn't so hard,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. Now that we've seen all of the reactions and understood your experience, because you said a lot. I mean, I don't think everyone has gotten as much as you were able to receive from being there in person and making the sacrifices you did. Because remember, you were willing to make, y'all listen, out of all the attendees that came, because we had some people pop up, we don't know we're coming and things like that. But Clippy, it was like, she was, okay, so can I tell them? You were manifesting this thing from the beginning. You were like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know, but I'm gonna make it. And I don't know. And you were like, I'm thinking virtually, like, no, I'm gonna be there because there's something else I can combine that with. So I'm gonna make it happen. And you kept saying that. And you came to like our 6 a.m. morning rooms to talk about how you were going to set up your day for success to make it happen. And boom, you were at the conference. I honestly, low key, y'all, I didn't know she was gonna make it. And this is one of the things I want to tell. My reaction was she made it. Like, oh my god,
to hear.
And that makes me so excited because sometimes you want to bet on people, but you want people to bet on themselves too.
Yeah.
And you bet on yourself and you did it every day until you got to the goal. And then here's what I'm reacting now after your response from your reaction, because you went from hearing Lashana speak at the conference. Shout out to Lashana West because I'm still talking about stuff she's saying, all the speakers actually. And she changed our lives that day with that one statement because you were able to go and bless someone else, and that's going to continue to flow. And when you said earlier, and I'll kind of like, kind of roughly dry it out with this, when you said earlier that something big is coming because you're going through so much, I honestly feel like that's my foresight. The blessings that other people are getting from you, that's what is trying to, there's some blockage trying to happen there because you getting to those people means that they get to their blessings and they get to other people's blessings. That's multiplication.
So true. So true. Yeah.
Anyway, but go ahead.
Not saying that will preach. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah.
So now that we're after the conference, and I wanted to give Ricole a little time to jump on, but it's the holiday season, so I don't want to take up too much time in these lives, y'all. We are getting ready for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you got all of your holiday season stuff in order. Make sure you give your shout outs to all your friends and people who you never know who's alone. You never know who needs support.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you never know. I do want to ask you, what are and I haven't done this in any of the lives, so this is so cool. What are your plans now that the conference is over? Like we always go, well, we had a great time at the conference, but girl, I'm like, both of my wine bottles are gone. I don't know if you got yours, but they're non-alcoholic wine bottles, right? I've been doing this ever since the day I got it, and it's been lit. I don't want to ever not keep it lit. It smells delicious.
All the things, food,
the food was gone like that week. I was just like, I had like 15 sweet potato pies. So, afterwards, the follow-up game was like, oh God, that's where the magic is though, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so how is that happening for you? Can you like share a little bit of that? Because for me, I ain't gonna lie, I struggled a little bit, y'all. First week, second week didn't work out. I'm gonna get to y'all in the third week though.
I I wanted to stay committed to connecting with the women that we exchanged numbers with. So, it was Orinthia, like I said, I won that raffle through Keron. And I didn't want to book it right after the conference because I know you guys worked really, really hard. So I did want to spread it out. So I chose, it was actually again yesterday, knowing that it was holiday week. I'm just glad it happened yesterday because today I was able to even just sit and think this is going to be good for 2025, and it made me really excited. So I wrote down retreat, I wrote down conference, I wrote down virtual event, in-person event. And because of what I want to say manifested, because of what I shared. And again, she worked magic yesterday in like a manner of 10 to 25 minutes. Less than, yeah, we went like a little 30 minutes, but within 10 to 15 minutes, Arinthia and that's from, just for those who may not know, Meta Connect, the owner of Meta Connect. And she was just able to help me realize my mission, my goal. Even though I knew it, she brought it all together. So with that, now I'm able to plan out even better for 2025. So I'm super excited for that. Even for the mentee program, there's a few things that I have to look over that was sent to me. And again, because of the timing, holiday time, travel, and all that, I want to make sure that I get those things done. And even following up with Raquel, I know she probably would have loved to be on this evening, but I had a meeting with her even before the conference. So even when we met at the conference, we were like friends already, because her vibe was just so, so authentic. So even for her, there's a couple of things that I have to get done. So much delays with even that. And it's something simple, but it's going to get done. But yeah, I'm just excited. And again, post conference, it really inspired me. Meeting the different women over the phone. And I spoke to Mrs. Ernest, and she was able to refer me to someone in Florida for the company I work for, to get some information on government contracts. So just all the things, different avenues of what I'm doing. Each person there was able to just share light on things that would eventually help me, and then I'll be able to help others, and of course bring it back to the community. So it's yeah, it's up from here.
I love that. So, listen, I love the fact that you were able to really see results and also look forward to the future, because sometimes we don't always do that. But you're so intentional, and I applaud you for mentioning the women. This is all about networking and connections, because one thing that I noticed about community, and I'll kind of end it here. Community is, well, I want you to also tell them how they can support you and reach out to you, because I want them to know about your book, Black Friday Special, hint hint, little plug. But we have this community where we've had members like Orinthia, who, I don't know, like we're now 3 years past, right? But in the beginning, I remember, Orinthia talking about the system and people not really knowing, like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, she's a Black woman that literally built her own system, and she's
Mm-hmm.
selling it, and she's making sure that y'all organize. And it's just like one of those things where, when you said that being in community meant like helps you manifest and multiply and do all those things,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we've all been there.
Yeah.
Right? Like what you're talking about. You're like, I found clarity, I found community.
Mm-hmm.
We all, like, Orinthia was there, I was there, Quran was there. And then I'm like, fast forward, and now we're like, we can't even handle the business and the stuff that we're doing now. We're like, okay, how do I slow it down, Lord? Because
Right.
this is a lot, but the challenges are always going to be there. You just get better at dealing with them. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Being very open about sharing community too, because MetaConnects, shout out to Orinthia for building that system, that flow,
Mm-hmm.
um, and making it sexy. Okay. But also being a host for the conference and also being a corporate partner. Like some people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes of W.I.N. And these people are putting stuff together for y'all, like in so
Yeah.
many ways.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you for that shout out. How can we support you though? Because you came as an attendee, but I feel like you walked in as a boss and walked out the same way. You know, even though you're like, yeah, I wasn't really like, I was a little nervous, but I'll be nervous sometimes and I'll come in there and be like, buy this, buy that, buy this. I don't care.
Right.
Um, you know, how can we really support you now that you have this book for sale? Do you have like Black Friday specials? Like what's going on?
Well, I don't have a Black Friday special. However, my book, it's online. It's available on Amazon. So if you type my first and last name, Clivia Allen, it will pop up. It's a book of affirmations. I am from A to Z, and it's only $12.99. It's beautiful where that A to Z, and you even express it's an easy way to affirm when you sometimes think of words or things to affirm. I just put it in a book from A to Z. It has scripture references and really encouraging. I actually, real quick, I went to a shelter to do a pre-Thanksgiving serving on Sunday evening, and I met a 24-year-old girl just broken from the age of 2 to 24. And
Wow.
yesterday before work, yesterday before work, I was able to give her a copy of my book, and I said, read this and just meditate on the words and remember you're loved and worthy of love, deserving of love. Jesus love you. I told her all the things, and she was tearing up, and I said, who would have thought? Because when I did that book, I just did it to have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not to say I was going to have book signing, I was going to do a workshop in Georgia, I will be promoting it online. Never thought. And then to now use it as a tool to encourage young women, it's
Yeah.
encouraging for me. So it's something that I want to continue to do. So it's available on Amazon. It's also, if you go to Instagram.com/chosen veterans publishing, the link is in the bio that you'll be able to um, get the book, a copy of the book. You can also, I do interview women who share their untold stories. So even so, the link is in that bio. So again, it's Chosen Veterans with an S publishing on Instagram. And you can find the link in my bio. But yeah, I'm just super excited that, again, I got clarity. I love that you said that word because that is what it basically was. It was clarity. So now I'm going to be able to say I'm focusing on adolescent to adult women, just empowering them to tell their stories through movement and through storytelling. So that's it in
Oh,
a
I
nutshell.
love that.
Yes, it sounds so good.
And it's simple and you don't have to be all long-winded and it's like, yes, that's nice.
Yes. Yes. I have to practice that now because that's really, it's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Well, anything that you do new, and this is with anything, because I know that we are growing in our business, but I encourage, I'm glad that you're growing and learning new things because practicing that thing until it gets right in your spirit, like it's
Mhm.
naturally yours, I think is really
Yeah.
the momentum for me. So I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for supporting the W.I.N. And I
Yes.
mean, I look forward to you being a mentor and just getting some support because these mentees are the bomb. When
I
I
see.
say
I saw some of them. Yeah.
they are really good and
Yeah.
your books are really good. I just saw like stacks and stacks of your books in different places. If you like listen, you work with veterans and you're in the right places. And I want us to, first of all, y'all go over to Amazon and y'all support her. Okay. Go to Clivia Allen, support her book and buy
Mhm.
it for your Black Friday stocking stuffers. But the one thing vision that came up for me, sis, I was like, you know how many these moms need to affirm themselves with their daughters and their kids and their sons
Yeah.
and their husbands. Like this is a family thing. Like, this is not just an individual thing. Like
Yeah.
y'all need to be bringing this together in a way where it's part of your routines. It's part of your
So true.
family. Have a shared book, right? You don't even have to buy a book for everybody. Like have a book
Mhm.
that y'all share in the family.
Yeah.
Get ask Olivia if she can mail you a signed copy and get your
There
perks,
you
right?
go.
Because I think sometimes we forget the value of what it is just to be reminded of who we are. And
Yeah.
you made it so simple
Yeah.
from A to Z. But one last thing is, I love the fact that you work with veterans. that is such a, man, that is such a big area where you have people that are what we call pain points. That's a big
Mm-hmm.
pain point there.
Yeah.
So I pray that you get all the results that you need. If there's a veteran listening, watching on this, like, this is what happens when you come as an attendee, y'all. I will shout y'all out, okay? You're a veteran watching and you're listening, or if you know any veterans, I want y'all to also share Clivia's information to them and let
Yeah.
them know that they can get their stories heard, right?
Yes,
And that's the whole
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, sis, we got to get out of here.
Yes, ma'am. But it was fun. It was great. You were vibe. And check out our reel. We have a reel. Hey girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey girl.
Hey, girl. Listen, we don't have the earrings on today, but listen,
We
this is
don't.
one thing. Did we not give them the original content that day? Okay. And we will keep that on replay for y'all. So,
Exactly. I appreciate you, Allegra. Thank you so much
thank
for
you.
having me on.
Awesome. Have a great night. Happy holidays.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a great night.
Bye.